Hi guys, welcome back to Storytime with Tilly. Can you guess where I'm at? Yeah, I'm outdoors. This is a really nice park full of all kinds of trees. Do you guys like the outdoors? I do. Well, speaking of outdoors, I've chosen a book that you might like. It is a special book because it has been written a long time ago, close to 50 years ago. Your parents might have read it as children. It is called Trees and How They Grow. Trees and How They Grow by Catherine Carter. The miracles of trees. In all the secrets of life, nothing is more amazing than the miracle performed by trees. They are the oldest and largest of all living plants and have many things in common with man. The tree trunk acts much like our bodies, the bark protecting it as our skin does us. A tree has wood where we have a spine. Under the outer bark of the trunk and branches is a thin layer of living cells. These tiny cells and those in the leaves need oxygen and food, as do the cells of our bodies. And both trees and humans must have water and air in order to live. So this tree here is called elm tree. That's bark and wood, trunk. And this is a picture of the cells of the tree. There are kids playing in the tree. Roots. The roots play a most important part in the life and growth of a tree. They serve as an anchor, holding the tree in place against strong winds. Large trees, such as oaks, have thousands of roots that go deep into the earth and spread out as wide as do their branches. Their taproot is their biggest root, growing straight down with many smaller roots sprouting from it. Other trees have small roots that just grow below the surface. So that's an oak tree. There's the taproot growing straight down. Many branched root systems. Many trees branch out with the root systems. Trees that grow among rocks have roots that wind through the cracks. It's a cypress knees. Under a big tree, there are millions of small rootlets. The tips of these roots are made of cells which grow and divide. Some of them come off and die, forming a protective covering for the root tip. Some of the new cells stay in the root, helping it grow thicker and longer. The roots of a bald cypress, which grows in damp places, often have a growths called knees, which rise above the soil or water. That's what a root looks like. That's what the tip looks like when it's very, very close up. And that's a picture of enlarged root cells and hairs. Bark. As a trunk grows in diameter, its outer bark becomes tight. At last, it breaks into sections or splits into strips. These sections stay on the tree, and the furrows deepen as the bark becomes thicker. The southern red oak has dark brown bark with deep, narrow ridges. California laurel has smooth, gray-brown bark which becomes scaly when old. Some trees have bark that stretches, then peels off. Old cedars often lose their stringy outer bark, leaving the shiny inner layer. The shagbark, hickory, is correctly named. Its bark peels into shaggy strips, loose at each end, the middle of the strips remaining fastened to the trunk. The bark of the birch can be peeled off in strips. The Indians used these strips to build canoes. So here we have red oak. That is California laurel. This red one is cedar. This one here is shagbark hickory. And the last one is called birch. The work of the leaves. The greatest miracle performed by the trees is that done by the leaves. This marvel nature has given all plants is known as photosynthesis, one of the most important processes in our whole existence. Carbon dioxide from the air moves into the leaves through their tiny pores. The leaves also contain chlorophyll, a green pigment, which helps the trees perform their food-making miracle. The chlorophyll soaks up the sunlight, and the trapped energy is used to combine a carbon dioxide from the air and the water from the roots into sugar, a food. Oxygen is formed at the same time, and it moves out of the leaves to become part of the air. So here, guys, we have a little picture or a diagram of how leaves make their food. So it says, this is how leaves make food. Carbon dioxide enters the leaves and combines with water to form food. Oxygen is given off by the leaves. So there's the sun. Carbon dioxide enters the leaf, makes food with water, and oxygen comes back out. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, we're gonna pause here because the book is long and I know you guys are learning a lot. So I want to give you a little quiz. What type of tree does this look like? The bark looks red and it has ridges in it. What do you guys think? If you guessed red cedar, you're right. If you want to have more fun like this and go around and see if you can name trees that you see, I suggest asking parents or grandparents to help you identify what trees they are, or maybe they can get an app on their phone that scans the tree or the plant and lets you know what it is. All right, my dear readers, go outside and have fun identifying the plants you see. And have a great rest of your weekend. And as always, you are important, you are smart, and you are loved. I will see you later. Bye-bye.